Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Rebel Inc. Escalation Custom Scenarios. Today we are moving on to something called Colonial Governor by Chestnut265. After the recent scramble for Africa, the glorious nation of Great Britain has found itself with more land than they know what to do with. As such, they have appointed you to tame the local populace and maximize profits for the company that owns the nearby canal. Oh good, colonial charters and stuff. Exactly the British way. Let's go for Dr. Tribal Elder, Celebrity, Local Politician, Chef, and Logistics Expert. And for funsies, I'll go ahead and bump this up to Brutal difficulty. Not Mega, because you never know how balanced things are going to be on a custom scenario. We'll call this one Frequent Sky. But I want something at least a little bit more challenging than normal difficulty. I just saw for a second there we're in Suez, Egypt. Okay. Great Britain has just swatted away the flies of the other major powers hovering over the region you're in charge of. Okay, cool. So we're building up the Suez Canal. Cool. I was actually kind of thinking the theme of this makes a little bit more sense for something like the Azure Dam map, except how do you change the dam to look like, you know, a canal and stuff like that in the map? You can't. But this map actually kind of works, right? I mean, I kind of could see this being a canal, and we're building something up over here. Yeah, I like it. All right, that sounds pretty good. What kind of modifiers do we have? The private company army. You can recruit army from the private company that won the rights to the region's oil. They can only defend and never go on the offense. Really? Okay, I'm guessing that means they can never go into a hostile red zone. That is my guess. Planes? What's that? It's 1885. They don't exist and neither do drones. Well, thank you very much. That's just downright disappointing now, ain't it? Let's go ahead and place down an HQ probably right over here. I'm guessing that's going to be a good central location. Oh, wow, there are a lot of oil derricks on this map. Okay, well, as long as we can defend those and get intel quickly, we're going to get a whole load of money. That's going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and pick up the district representatives, the effective procurements. Let's work our way up some education initiatives and the regional census. Get that intel going as fast as possible. The sooner we can see some of these zones, the sooner these are going to start generating money for me, and that's going to make me a very happy Brit. Oil derricks are vital to our budget. Yes, understood. Thank you. Actually, I mean, with 7 oil derricks on the map, that's a little bit overpowered, ain't it? We should be going for that local employment drive, actually. Increase local support whenever they have a canal area. What they really mean is anywhere there is an oil derrick. That's going to be an absolute ton of extra local support. We're going to stabilize these zones very, very rapidly. Now, of course, because these are embassies, we cannot let a single one of these fall. If we lose at any point of the canal to the insurgents, then we're just going to outright lose the game, and that's going to be a problem. What is this, by the way? We have telegraph and telephones, but they're not linked to the infrastructure discussions. That seems like a small mistake, but okay. Let's go for that effective outreach over here and get the universal justice. Under military, interesting, we also have the private company here, but then we also have several different levels that are not locked. So what normally happens here is the first level is always locked until the insurgents spawn, and then it would, consecutively reveal these as you go. Looks like the author forgot to actually hide these behind each consecutive level, so that's a little bit of a mistake. Not a huge one, but a little bit of a mistake anyway. We could go ahead and start training up some troops right now, in theory. I don't want to do that, but you could technically do that if you need to. Let's go ahead and grab some water and healthcare, by the way. On this map, water usually is needed since this is considered a more desert map. So people do tend to ask for that, and yeah, they were asking for some healthcare and stuff as well. I'm not really worried about electricity. I mean, that is a thing, but I'm not worried about it. Let's go for the PR and media office and then maybe some anti-corruption, just so we can go ahead and start purging some of that down. Some of these zones are building up support very, very rapidly, even if we don't have healthcare yet. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get a lot of reputation in some of these places. I like that. Get that anti-corruption going, and what else do we want over here? We could go for farming training. Good against the hostile population and stuff. I mean, let's go ahead and grab the infrastructure discussions. We can do dirt roads, but not other roads. I assume the other roads still exist. They do, so we can't improve highways and main roads. That's a bit of a problem, because on this particular map, mobility is extremely important, especially around this mountain range. So the dirt roads are going to be extra important to make sure we don't slow ourselves down too much just trying to get from, let's say, here to here. That's going to be very important for me at some point, too. All right, so the insurgency is now up and running. Let's go ahead and train up some troops. Now, alas, these guys do cost me some reputation. I think they cost me 3 each, so that's a bit of a problem, but okay. Let's see where these guys spawn. They're going to be going for my oil all the time. That is going to be a thing. We know that. They could be in this mountain range right here. So I'm going to scan this out, try to find their camp if they have one. We can engage them directly here, and again, we can attack as long as it's not a controlled zone. So this whole non-offense thing is interesting, but if we respond quickly enough, it doesn't really matter that much. Where's your camp? Reveal yours. There it is. I see it very slightly right there. I see the question mark. It's barely hidden, but it's there. There's another one over here somewhere, and they're going for my gosh dang oil. All right, we got to kick them out of that. Let's go ahead and grab some more units, and let's go ahead and start training up some tribes. which is really national soldiers. And also I'll grab myself a fort just so we'll be able to control these guys a little bit. Depends on kind of where they end up setting up. There's a fort right here. You know what? On an oil derrick, I'll take it. That seems pretty good. All right, let's get you over here just for some reinforcements. I should be able to stabilize this zone. Actually, this is one of the zones I started stabilized, right? So this one's actually not going to come back very quickly. As long as we've left our troop here by the time that they actually do the attack, we should be able to kick them back out, so that's fine. Save the oil! Don't let them have it, dang it! I can't allow these heathens to have my oil. I need that oil, dang it. I'm a Brit. I like my resources. Okay, what do we got here? Locals demand oil proceeds. We could increase their share, right? So they get a huge amount of zone support level. Or we could reduce their share. All right, so I could lose a bit of my oil profit. Honestly, worth it though, because the whole point of the oil profit is just to make these guys like me anyway. And once they love me, then I can exploit them for all they're worth. Don't judge. I am, after all, British. Let's go for anti-corruption level 2 over here, and let's go ahead and grab dirt roads level 2, just so again, I'm able to move a little bit faster. I really think I'm going to need some more units because they are trying to attack me in too many directions all at once. I want to try to get in here before this goes red so that we're able to quickly kill everyone in this area, and they are going for the canal. Crap. Well, then we better get over here and try to reinforce this quickly. We may not be able to stop these guys from retreating, but I can at least try to destroy their camp before they get very far. Can train up some additional units, which I guess I'll do, and some national soldiers level 2. It's going to train up very slowly, but so be it. That's fine. These guys are going to have to run for it. Good, good, good. Oil company demands support. We can bail them out. We can nationalize them, or we can reject that. Abandon an oil derrick. Why would I want them to do that? A huge increase in corruption. I can accept that. We're going to nationalize this sucker. And then there's oil drilling has endangered the local fauna. Oh, look, it's the sandworm. Oh, for their spicy flavor. Spice must flow. Let's do a rescue and increase the support level for the entire zone. We have a stupid amount of corruption, but my people are going to be very happy with me for all the decisions that I have made so far. All right, I'm going to let them just sort of hunker in this mountain. I know it was a stabilized zone, but I don't really care. Let's go run over here, try to get these guys under control. Let's defend here with some national soldiers. I'm trying to surround and kill off this group before they have a chance to run anywhere. That's all I'm going for. Foreign rivals, of course. Who is it? Is it the Germans? It's probably the Germans. I don't know. All right, okay, we'll do that. And then we'll threaten these guys and say, hey, Egyptians, I'm building this awesome canal. It's literally going to put you on the map, all right? It's a good idea. You shouldn't reject it. Stop being a bunch of butts. And let me just take this over. They're attacking my embassy. No! We must stop that. Quickly. Take this over. Thank you. Say goodbye to that. All right, you guys go here. You guys go here. And you take that over and then chase people down, I guess, somewhere over. I don't really care, actually. Here? I don't know. We just need to save the dang embassies. They're just going to make a beeline for these things. This is something that's very predictable about the AI on these kinds of maps, by the way. If there are oil derricks and embassies, they will not really entrench and take over too many connected zones. They're just going to make beelines for these again and again and again. It's frustrating on one hand. It's very easy to work with on another because we don't lose nearly as much reputation because they didn't connect a whole bunch of zones. And that just makes my life easier, now doesn't it? Anyway, all right, so these troops are arriving. Where's the next camp? There's one over here somewhere. I know it. It's actually right here in the mountains. Okay. We probably should try to take that down before they have a chance to do much with it. You guys go over here again before they take over any zones, and I'm not able to go into them. Let's move you over here where we have a fort. These guys are going to retreat. That's fine. Anything else we want to do? What's this? Embed cavalry, so we can go even faster. Or more national soldiers and so on. Blah, blah, blah. Civil assistance. We don't really care. Are there caves on this map? I see cave combat, and it's on there, like, often. Like, a lot of scenarios have cave combat. And yet, sometimes they just forget to actually integrate caves. Anyway, let's go ahead and threaten these guys one more time. They're heading down here toward my city. No! We built this city, and I'm not going to let you take it, dang it. Actually, they're trying to take over this city, too. No! Stop it, you little buggers! All right, let's go ahead and position over this direction, see if we can kill off any of these groups. And they're pushing into these mountains again. Of course they are, and they're trying to move into this city, and they're trying to go for this embassy. Gosh, they're everywhere on this map. Seriously, I don't understand what's happening. They're freaking everywhere. All right, get over here and defend this oil derrick because I made a beeline for it again, as they usually do. Okay, so that's taken care of. Let's go move you over here. This should at least encourage these guys to stop leaving this zone until we're ready to kill it off. So we can stop them from running over here all the time. These guys are taking over some oil, and that is a problem, admittedly, but I bet we can handle it. Let's move the national soldiers over here, and these guys will be surrounded, and once they're dealt with, they're dealt with. Now notice, yeah, I can't move in here the second this is a red zone. So that's why we need to be getting more of these national soldiers. Let's increase their strength a little bit. Let's purge some more corruption, because we don't tolerate corruption. We are, after all, the British. And these guys are gonna get pushed back. Once these guys arrive, we'll be fine. I really do need those dang road upgrades, though, for the record. I mean, I know that, like, they don't let me and all, but, like, on this particular map, that's really penalizing, okay? I'm not even kidding. Roads are so gosh dang important in this particular map. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and pick up some movement speed for the national soldiers, and let's go ahead and pick up some telecoms. What are people asking for? Electricity and stuff. You don't need electricity. It's 1884. Is anyone even using electricity, like, widespread at this point? I mean, it really only started, like, getting properly, like, integrated and stuff. Actually, hold on. Pull back over here. Hold on. More important than we win this fight. Get these guys surrounded. There we go. Now you can go defend the embassy. Anyway, they only started, like, really integrating things like electricity into everyday life, like, either during, it was, like, kind of just before/during World War I, if I recall correctly. It's around that time frame, okay? Most houses didn't have it. Most nobles didn't even bother having it. I know all this because I watched Downton Abbey, dang it! It's a terrible reason, I know, sorry. I'm joking, really. Let's go for a long extension, spend some money. So these guys are gonna function like mercenaries, which makes sense. We need to send some troops up over here quickly to see if we can investigate this rather than just pay for emergency repairs. There we go. All right, now it costs us $4 to do a full investigation to find out what was causing issues, and profits go back to 100%. My favorite kind of profit. Let's threaten these guys one more time because I like getting a little bit of extra reputation, and then we can start looking for some victory here. I need these guys to get properly surrounded and killed off. These guys are just going to constantly be a problem for me, aren't they? You know that they are. They're just going to run around and just annoy me all the dang time. We can keep chasing them down, I suppose. What I really should do is move you here, move you here, move you here, and then these guys will be surrounded and we'll start making our push. All right? Once we have that, we're good to go. What else do we want? Let's go for some local police recruitment. Let's go for the democratic transition because the people of Africa and Egypt need to know the wonders of parliamentarianism or something. Let's go ahead and save that oil derrick, all right? I'm not going to let them have oil. Whatever. That's just ridiculous. My son, America, would never let me live until the end of it if I let them take the dang oil, right? Let's prioritize those elections. I don't know, I'm trying to make an American loves oil joke, which, like, at this point is definitely not run down in any way, shape, or form. It's not like that's, you know, been played to all death. Whatever, it's fine. These guys are about to get surrounded and go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move you here so I can't set up a camp. Let's move you here so I can't set up a camp. Let's move you here. And that should be just about it. Now we just need to chase down this last guy and surround him and stuff like that, right? That's all we care about? How's our support level and stuff looking, by the way? Pretty darn high. Let's get the electricity. Let's get that last telecom. And let's go for, I don't know, local police extension and stuff like that so that these guys are able to just kill off the last little remnants of insurgents wherever they pop up. And that really should be it. So let's just go ahead and jump forward a little bit. Let's just go ahead and speed through the peace process because at this point, I mean, there are no insurgents left on the map. So we're basically just talking with a bunch of corpses. It's like, hey, I win, and now you're going to be good, right? And they're like, yes. And it's like, haha, how do I hear the dead? I don't even know. All right, it's 1894, and we have stabilized the Suez Canal, 16,494 points. Overall, I mean, it's a pretty generic scenario, except it just has a lot of extra oil. I think this scenario would be more interesting if there actually were not oil derricks on the canal, and instead it was just the embassies you have to defend, while also still fighting over some of these oil derricks in order to get, like, an actual set of income. So this could be more challenging, for absolute sure. This just made things actually easy. On Mega Brutal, I think this would be a much easier scenario than it normally would be. So that's the one balance change I would make. Otherwise, the theme of it's cool, and I like the idea of using the map in order to create the canal itself. That's kind of fun, so yeah, it gets a thumbs up from me. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.